and welcome. You're watching Hypnotherapy, Medicine for the Mind TV. I'm your host, board-certified consulting hypnotist, Alan Alves, and owner of SOUTHCOAST Hypnosis Center in Fall River, Mass. In the world of hypnotherapy, whatever your mind can conceive, your body can achieve. Our topic today is confidence, and you can never have too much confidence. As Samuel Ellman once said, you are as young as your self-confidence, as old as your fears, as young as your hope, as old as your despair. Confidence is the magical key that opens the door to many of life's goals, be it happiness within yourself, meeting a new partner or new friends, or securing a new exciting job. Self-confidence and self-esteem work hand in hand and can determine what you achieve in life, because they're basically a self-assessment of your worth. The important thing to remember is that every person that has ever been born was born equal, irrelevant of sex, race, physical ability, or appearance. The key to success is confidence, and this is something that is learned or programmed in us, and it is never too late to reprogram that mind of yours. Hypnosis can help you do just that. We're all born with our own unique personalities, but from a very young age, the environment we are brought up in and people that influence us can shape our own personalities and the expectations we have of ourselves. Most of us pop out of that womb with a fairly high degree of self-confidence. We haven't yet started to judge ourselves as smart or dumb, handsome or homely. We haven't yet built up notions or possible versus impossible, safe versus risky. And most importantly, we haven't had time to absorb the judgments, fears, and limitations of the people and culture surrounding us. But for most of us, that natural, innocent, self-confident starts to erode pretty quickly. And by the time we hit grade school, the majority of us has brought into a new notion. You can only feel self-confidence by earning it. Who gets to feel confident in sports? The kids who have shown athletic promise or skill. Who gets to feel confident about their appearance? The ones that have been told they're beautiful or handsome. Unlike the natural self-confidence we're born with, this new confidence requires proof. Even coaches and therapists who encourage self-confidence and self-esteem focus on what you can do as a path for gaining confidence. They tell you to take action and face your fears, practice strenuously or rehearse until you have your speech down pat. Our common wisdom agrees with William Jennings Bryan when he said, the way to develop self-confidence is to do the thing you fear and get a record of successful experiences behind you. That approach works to a certain extent, but there's a catch-22. Without self-confidence, many of us don't even attempt to begin certain things. And even if we do, the success of our attempt is largely determined by a level of confidence in that endeavor. So if we believe that we're awkward in social situations, we can push ourselves to join the party, but our results will most likely measure up to our expectations. We can get a nose job or new wardrobe, but as plastic surgeon Maxwell Maltz discovered decades ago, our reflection in the mirror will still look at homely to us as we always believed it to be. True, lasting self-confidence doesn't come from what we do. It lives in who we are. And who we are is determined by our beliefs about ourselves, not an external proof or judgment. The subconscious mind holds beliefs and truth about us that really aren't changed much by external facts or proofs. So you can have an outstanding performance where the critics rave, but if your subconscious mind is convinced that you're a mediocre actor, you'll approach your next role with the same dread and hesitancy. On the flip side, if the critics tear you apart but your subconscious believes that you're brilliant, you'll simply ignore those rotten reviews. Have you ever noticed those rare people who seem to exude self-confidence no matter what? A guy like Walt Disney or Henry Ford, who fails at several businesses but never seems to take it personally. The woman, by fashion industry standards, would never make the cut. Yet she walks into the room like she's the hottest thing going. That talent show kid who sings off key, but with such enthusiasm that he's the hit of the show. That's real self-confidence. And that confidence, or the lack of it, is based in our subconscious mind. The beliefs we hold in our subconscious mind affect everything from what we observe or don't observe, to our emotional reactions, to our very physiology. It is how we are programmed by our parents, siblings, relatives, friends, enemies, classmates, teachers, girlfriends, boyfriends, and so on. This can have a very positive impact that enables us to realize we can achieve anything we set our minds to. It can also have a negative impact that leaves us doubting our capabilities, our own self-worth. However, it is the inner self that needs nurturing, and change comes from within yourself. You don't need to change who you are. You need to change the way you think of yourself and start appreciating the miracle that you are. According to psychologists, it only takes 7 seconds to form a first impression. When meeting new people, and we all form opinions, but as we are aware, people aren't always as they first appear. Each one of us, no matter how we come across, suffer our own battles and insecurities. And that's what makes us human. But people do not judge others on their own thoughts. They judge them on their actions. And you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So try something new. Try something new. Some people are a blessing, and other people are lessons. It is not an evaluation of ourselves when someone doesn't like us or something we say. It is life. Accept it. Move on. Do not let people affect your inner self as they once did, because you are worth more and will no longer be pulled down by people, because there are billions of people in this world, and the only people worth your time are the ones that make you feel happy to be you, who you are, and appreciate you for being you. Don't feel as though because you want more confidence that you have to feel it inside. It is hard work to be happy all the time. But if you fake it, you'll make it, and your inner self will believe it. So the next time you meet someone new, even a stranger passing the street, gain eye contact, smile at them, hold your posture, put your shoulders back, hold your head held up high. An extra inch really can make you feel more confident. When in a new situation, try to make conversation. Sometimes it's easy to talk about weather or what brings you both to the same place, perhaps a meeting or a mutual friend. If you like something about someone, perhaps their outfit or their fragrance, tell them. It's easy way to make conversation, and it makes everyone feel good being nice. Don't make a compliment up. It should be genuine. And when you speak, look at the person you're speaking to. Try to talk slightly louder than usual. If you are the person that would usually enter a meeting or a function room and you sit in the back, try sitting on the front row for a change. Try something different, and you see change, and it'll be the change that you want to see. Forget what has been. Every day is a new day. Let go of negativity and believe in yourself. Like I say, you can achieve anything you put your mind to, and you are a miracle. So take deep breath and smile. And like I always say, whatever your mind can conceive, your body can achieve. The only way to permanently change your level of self-confidence is to work with the subconscious to release limiting beliefs and install more positive, confident beliefs. In working with people one-on-one and in sessions, the most effective way to do this, I've experienced, is using hypnosis and neuro-linguistic program, or NLP. So what is NLP? N is for neural, refers to the neurology. The L is for linguistic, which refers to language. And the P is for programming, refers to how that neural language functions. In other words, NLP is the language of your own mind. Both NLP and hypnosis speak the language of the subconscious and communicates directly with it. Using the techniques of hypnosis and NLP, you can release that feeling of low self-confidence and replace it with a sense of natural confidence that feels integral to who you are, not based on circumstances or proof. From that sense of self-worth, anything you attempt will feel easier. And any goal you pursue will be easier to attain. Rather than having your subconscious mind at odds with what you desire, it will support you and help you to succeed. It's beyond proof or circumstance. This self-confidence is simply who you are. Confidence is a state of mind. When we feel confident, we accept ourselves and believe in our own abilities. When we don't feel confident, we can become stressed, anxious, unfulfilled, and ultimately unhappy. Low self-confidence is something many of us suffer with and can be a result of many factors like fear of the unknown, low self-esteem, and fear of other people's perception. This lack of confidence can hold us back from developing both personally and professionally. Have you ever met someone who, despite constant reassurance and approval, lacks confidence in their abilities? Or perhaps you know someone who thinks they are fantastic at what they do, despite other people telling them otherwise? This happens because our subconscious holds a set of beliefs about us that stay the same, regardless of external factors. So a singer who believes deep in their subconscious mind that they have a terrible voice will likely avoid performing, even if people tell them they have a great voice. So how do we overcome these deep-seated beliefs? As these beliefs dwell in our subconscious mind, this is where the change must take place. Hypnosis or hypnotherapy accesses the subconscious mind and uses the power of suggestion to facilitate positive change. These suggestions can be tailored to improve your confidence levels. Generally, these suggestions will be positive and made in the present tense. For example, the phrase, "you feel confident in everything you do," would be used rather than "you no longer doubt yourself." The theory behind this is the subconscious mind can't differentiate between "you have" and "you no longer have." So the wording is needed with that NLP. What happened during hypnosis in a confidence session? To begin with, your hypnotherapist will talk to you about what you hope to achieve with hypnotherapy. They will likely ask questions about your past to try and establish any root causes or triggers for the way you feel. The therapist will then explain how hypnosis for confidence works. Explain the process for you so you know what to expect. If you have any questions that you have not being covered by a hypnotherapist, be sure to ask. Once you're both happy with what you plan to do, your hypnotherapy will begin. You'll be guided into a highly relaxed state. You'll not be asleep. You'll be aware of what is happening throughout. Once you're in this state, your hypnotherapist will communicate with your subconscious using questions and suggestive statements to challenge your limiting beliefs. The statements used will depend on your personal circumstances and relate to any particular confidence issues you feel you might have. The premise behind hypnotherapy is that when your subconscious believes you are confident, this translates to your conscious. This therefore changes your thought patterns and actions to improve your confidence. What happens after your hypnotherapy session? The number of hypnosis for confidence sessions you need will depend on your individual circumstances. But this is something you can discuss with your hypnotherapist. After your session is over, it's likely that your hypnotherapist will recommend you listen to a pre-recorded session regularly to reiterate the suggestions. Your hypnotherapist may also teach you some self-hypnosis techniques to use whenever you need them. Listening to recordings and carrying out self-hypnosis are easy ways to continue working on your confidence level after your session is over. Will hypnosis change my personality, you might ask? Hypnotherapy has the power to tap into your subconscious to bring out traits you already have. It cannot add personality traits or change your personality. Everyone is born with confidence. It is a false belief that for one reason or another end up in our subconscious that deplete our confidence. By unlearning this, our confidence levels return to how they were naturally. So how can you find a hypnotherapist? Well, looking for a hypnotherapist, it's important you find someone you feel comfortable with, someone who is sufficiently qualified. Currently, there are no laws in place regulating the hypnotherapy profession, unfortunately. There are, however, voluntary regulatory bodies that check hypnotherapists and make sure they're adequately trained and hold them to a code of ethics, like the National Guild of Hypnotists and others. While self-confidence and self-esteem are usually linked, they're not the same thing. When we talk about self-confidence, we're referring to the way we feel about our ability to carry out tasks and roles. Self-esteem refers to the way we feel about ourselves, the way we look, behave, and think. Those with low self-esteem generally have low self-confidence too. Having said this, people with low self-esteem can have confidence in certain areas, and those with high self-esteem may lack confidence in certain areas. Having confidence in your abilities does not mean performing tasks perfectly. In fact, a big part of self-confidence is knowing how to deal with mistakes when they occur. Having confidence can make a huge difference in many areas of our lives. Two key areas that benefit are your career and your relationships. In your career, lacking confidence at work can stop you from voicing your opinion and trying new things. This can hinder your progression and stunt your development. Building confidence at work can help you reach your full potential and ensure your voice is heard. And in relationships, when you have low self-confidence, it can affect your relationship with friends, family, and partners. It may hold you back from meeting people, new people, or cause you to isolate yourself socially. Improving this can help you feel more comfortable in social environments. If you feel you could benefit from building your confidence, hypnotherapy is a safe and effective way to make a positive, long-lasting change. Confidence is a state of mind. When we feel confident, we accept ourselves and beliefs in our abilities. When we don't feel confident, we can become stressed, anxious, unfulfilled, and ultimately unhappy. Low self-confidence is something many of us suffer with and can be a result of many factors like fear of the unknown, low self-esteem and fear of other people's perceptions. This lack of confidence can hold us back from developing both personally and professionally. Hypnosis for confidence is something that you might want to look into. Could you imagine boosting your self-esteem and finally being brave enough to talk in public or get on that stage or simply feel at ease walking into a room full of people? So what does hypnosis for confidence doesn't do? This isn't something that turns you into a person that you're not. You're not suddenly start acting arrogantly or doing things that you have never dreamed of doing in the past. Unlike on television, this isn't a situation where the hypnotherapist takes over your mind and makes you do things. It works by pulling the confidence from you that is already there. After all, everyone is born with confidence. It is just the things that happen in our lives that either help this confidence grow or disappear. So you might ask how hypnosis can help you build confidence. Hypnosis works by helping you to forget the reasons and beliefs that you have about your confidence. It works on your subconscious to make you believe that you are confident. Eventually that comes through to your conscious mind without you even realizing it. It's like you learn again how to be confident in yourself instead of letting things affect your self-esteem levels. Consider your feelings and thoughts. Hypnosis for confidence isn't something that just works behind the scenes without any input from you. There are questions that you need to consider, such as what you do know that you're more confident, how you think you'll feel once you become more confident. These thoughts and your answers will give you a chance to imagine the future and set goals to achieve each day. By setting goals, you can stay motivated as you'll be able to see that the hypnotherapy is working. You're more likely to stick to the program since you can see your confidence growing every day. Now that you understand more about hypnosis for confidence, you can decide whether it's the right option for you. Remember that this does require some work from you. It's not the type of eye-spinning mind takeover that you see on TV. It requires dedication as you change the way you think and feel about situations to help your self-esteem grow. The degree to which we feel confident in ourselves plays a significant role throughout our lives. Confidence is directly linked to the level of success we attain in our careers, our relationships, and all our endeavors. The more confidence you have, the more likely you are to attain your desired goals in life. One of the reasons hypnosis is so popular is because it's relatively inexpensive and has essentially no risk. And the results can be very quick without a lot of struggle and effort. Hypnosis works by accessing that subconscious mind so that positive changes can be made via the power of suggestion. The results of increasing your confidence uses hypnosis can be very powerful, improving relationships, having increased success in your career, being able to achieve goals which have previously seemed unattainable, can significantly impact the direction of your life. Whether you have an important event that you feel nervous about, or your confidence has been shaken by mistakes, or you had a recent breakup, or harassment at work, or whatever. Most people can benefit from hypnosis confidence techniques from time to time. Let's face it, confidence comes from seeing yourself and the situation you're in a positive light. That is not always easy, but it is a lot easier when you have the right tools. Hypnosis is a great tool in attaining the confidence that you need. If you need further information or questions, go to the website at SouthCoastHypnosis.com or call me directly at 508-676-7400. Well, my time is up. Thank you for yours. Have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. And remember, whatever your mind can conceive, your body can achieve. Well, that does it for this season of Medicine for the Mind. We will see you in the spring.